Sponsored to you by the Rose Petal Game. And I'm Billy Michael Thceascza. And of course, this is the book show, a talk show about books. And I am your host, Billions, or Billy, or Joey. Right now, from the last segment of the Atlanta, Parent of All Atlantis, I would like to give you another book called And When Time Passed Me Forever, the Doc. This book tells about the Illuminati. On the right arm is like the television set, but instead of it being reanimated, it's a natural television set. It gives you all TV channels and all reality realms for you to watch in any manner. And I mean any manner. Well, I'll start off the first chapter. The first chapter is a beautiful chapter. And it starts off by saying, what's up, Doc? They say in their secret silent code, harmony for a rushed potion, written out from in the eyes. Only I seen out of myself visual, and yours, art made to flow in a sure reality, marched firmly in an animated character of all sorts by own control to be of your surroundings. And by permission of the parenthood, male of all magic and female of all power upon thyself in all kinds of fashions, shapes, and sizes, from one of them into many. The shade beam of the epoch skull to make the flesh largely round on top from two parallel antennae horns. Large black eyes with beautiful ashy green skin, lusciously attractive and bare. Only us, nothing else but gray sand. My grandma looked younger than I, as my ma as well, and I like them too. Grow in a child state, but die, although death is not. They say nothing to me as I fast my days, dieting, not knowing to want to eat. With a continuous gray sky, I sleep and I awake. I begin to build the gray sand into pillars each rainy day as my two only parents in the world, and from what my strong legs can manage, play together alone in many different shapes and sizes, twining in all other types of creation, loving manners. Creating and creating, possibly making a brand new world, a possum. Their houses are arks and huts. The two will call them, as they had to mend all the many sorts of creatures they created, teaching them their every first moves. Any like me? No. Just my two parents and I, Doc. You're making your arc too slow. Why? My mother said. Oh, I like the water, Mama. It makes my body orgasm. How old are you now, child? In a sternly voice, my grandmother appears to me from thin air, and then she floats on surface sand. You are now 7 years old, 4 feet 2. You have many years, and if you think that's hard, I have to live and die here for my beautiful way of life. They began to sing my parents' song of the beautiful blue sky close to us. Grandma, yes, baby. When is the guardian coming back? You'll never know. He might be here and still watching. Could he truly fly that fast? Truly interested I was. Only seen the guardian once. The next morning I explained. I saw a different thing last night, checking up on us. It looked at me, changing into many types of things for about 7 seconds, stood firm in another form for about three, and just zoomed instantly in a rainbow of colors, neon and lines with a figure I couldn't figure out, Ma. And in a simple and normal face, she said, "Don't worry of it, Doc. You saw nothing." But then that very afternoon, Grandma began to tell me a story of the guardian, a mysterious creature that tends to give us magic and power, only to help us strive in the gray days and nights here. Our survival kits, our wonderful survival kits. And the magic and power is why you and Ma have everything, and I must sleep outside to gain what you two have. No, young Doc, you already did this with us before, so we are the first ones. No, we are the first family of many the Guardian is placing all around my world. Oh, that means there will be many like me all over the Abba? Yes, and many of congregations will be by the guardian. I began to think of why Grandma said that. We had this many times already. And now in the rain, I polish off my furnished ark, about 1 story high with 2 rooms, 2 window areas to look out of with no glass. The 5 pillars firm as stone, so as my floor and everything. Famished I am as I gain a thought climbing down the side of my ark, something to easily climb on in order to get to the top of the ark with the pillars beneath it. Brain still forming, I do my best to find the most liquid ponds of gray sand around me. There some go, I said. I began to map out long sand sticks with many smell sticks. With many small sticks, and then I would paste them together into a ladder. I made 4 of them and started on more. I could not believe I thought at 7 to do this beautiful invention. These are gorgeous, Doc. I love them. And she kissed me on the lips seductively. I felt her tongue and shaving lips melt through mine. I didn't have a gristle or a crotch or anything else along my garment area, nor did I have a chest or breasts, only a beast on both sides flat. No nipples or tits, but anything I love touched me by what I've heard and watched since orgasmic pulses stroking through my body. Its goodly pleasure keeps me warm as I race a saber-toothed panther. As I race a saber-toothed panther, I begin to speed up to pass her. All the other creatures flying, slithering, walking, or crawling, cheer in great surprise. The saber-toothed panther let me win. I was very happy. Yay, yay. Did you see that, Panther? Had me, but I just wouldn't stop, right, guys? Yeah, Doc. You're a beautiful beast, shaped in the best of molds. Yes, sirree Bob. Oh, Panther, if I ever had a first child, I would want it to be you. Oh, I too, Thceascza. Maybe from these birthmarks, I am. But what's going to happen? The panther in all pink fur, two beautiful pearly white fangs flow out of her mouth, and luscious small eyes with four large beauty dots on her, with a beauty triangle also on her, sits on my shade bean parenting lap on the yellow grass under the summer tree that looks like tall round stalks with many bushes and branches on the foretop of them. See, with my many birthmarks, I see it is like a map of some sort, Panther. Let's look. If I have any marks like you, do Ma and Grandma have these marks, like hidden or something, on them because they must? Oh, true, they do. But they change form and everything as I see myself checking. A spot, a beauty triangle, equivalently on my left side to her right parallel. Same size, different shade, by each one's body. Look, Panther, we have the same beauty triangle. Maybe I am your daughter or something. Hey, let's look at all the birthmarks on my and grandma creatures to see who are yours. To see who are yours. Maybe I am. Now my marks are only counted for these knowledge tree mark. Yeah, they say if you sleep under one, you will receive the future. It looks just like your mark. Yeah, I know, twin sister. Let's go. Why you say twin for? I explain as we get up. I own my two legs, her cuffful animal legs lay up on four. We began to walk back to the village about 45 yards away. See, I read my marks quite accurately now that I'm 20 by the night and day lunar cycle. My beauty triangle is basically you, you after me. I have about five children out of eight, and you out of eight have about three. Look, we see the animal station, the birds, insects, amphibians, reptiles, and also fish tanks that just was produced and begotten with fish in them. Amazed, we began to look. Now remember, only you marked one minds and all minds. Got it? 9 marks, ones only. Check. We take 3 hours to find 9 sure marks on our brethren creatures. Some laughing, some a little shocked, and some even got upset. But we would not back down. We must find our children. And that is some of the first chapter of When Time Passed Me Forever, the doc. It is a story about a beginning planet for the very first time. And three shade being that we used to be shade being, now we're human being, lived and made animals and insects and sea creatures and birds, so on and so forth. and they give off a story about who are the children of theirs, of the docs. And it keeps going on to finding out the other planets through the Illuminati. But I will speak more about that later. Right now, I want to speak to you people about the last time I was here with the Atlanta parent of all Atlantis. And I would like to show you an impersonation of the Atlanta parent of all Atlantis. It is I say, the Atlanta parent of all Atlantis. And I am the parent of parents, as my guardian of guardians, ruler of rulers, and the leader are with me as well, with my three other children and their children, I say. So now it is up to you to make your life better than it is now. For the present can always be obligatory instead of make choices of negativity or positivity. For obligatory actions is always a positive way, I say. And that's a little bit from her. I want to go back into the doc and read some more of the Atlanta. But we will be taking a short break, a short commercial. So stick on and hold out for a second. Okay, people, we will finish on And When the Time Passed Me Forever, the doc. Of course, And When Time Passed Me Forever, the doc. Now, with 8 lined up in front of them, Doc and Panther, each of the 8 creatures have the exact mark they were looking for. Listen up, children, Panther said, passing in front of them. We are your parents. 5 for my daddy Doc, and 3 for myself now. as I watch my newfound daughter Panther relay a gorgeous message to the eight, two rainbow balls with one rainbow tusk of ivory, each for each fur filled in rainbow fur, a beautiful green bunny with green eyes with a rainbow bush tail, a conspicuous fish tank with a small blue and brown orca whale, plus two salamanders with foul wings of bat wings with no fro or afro on their wings, and fire that sneezes out their zipper mouth and nostrils. They are camouflaged and by own control, any color, complexion, or orient. The seventh and eighth creatures were two huge elephants with rainbow fur or rainbow skin, but no tusk ivory out of their mouths. Doc, would you like to speak? Why, yes, I would. Welcome to my family. Out of the many projects and grants have accomplished with making us in many fashions, shapes, and sizes, different but equal in goodness. You are our children, and I your father. Now you may have lived longer than the rest, like my mom and my grandma, and I am from the beginning, and with all the other creatures with us, like Panther and I, you will be the first to be given birth and out of us, like my parents and I. The two salamanders with wings, called steeds, said, but Doc, what about this birth out of you and the epoch antenned panther here? By her marks and my marks, I see she is my first, and from you, Bunny, you are after. Then there is Arca, the whale, and you also win Sally of the steeds, and the others are after you, good bull. Then it is me, Doc. I felt with all we have and all we can do, there must be a lovely story of this. Please tell us, Doc. The older bull spoke of. Well, before I start you younger and also with respect, the older of I, from my parents must bow to I and call me the Doc. For I am now your guardian and teacher, for my parents of their permission along with the guardian lord. Elephant says, I saw the guardian lord before. Everyone said, you have time, Elephant? Said, why yes, the rainbow neon shadow with one ivory horn, said the joiner. And this is the beginning of time on the Abba. And I am saying we will see light. The guardian lord showed me purple. The elephant said, yes, Doc, I have two. He was naked and he showed me many toys full of joy in it. I said indeed, so the quest suppresses and supersedes the mission. Why yes, the salamander of fire breathing nostrils, changing camouflage said. So what is the cause of this? You people are our parents, and heart we are family, and in heart we are family, and we will share our treasures with you people and creatures. types. Then the doc said, yeah, I remember when it is successfully lit. Yellow. I am and I will always be the life as my ma and grandma. Then Panther, the fourth. And the grandma is the guardian lord, as the guardian will soon be with us shortly. A beam of rainbow lit of yellow, purple, green, blue, orange, and turquoise green formed out of grandma. Everyone was amazed and said, how you do that? Because I am grandma, she said. The Abba and of the world, of the planet, is for Panther and of the doc. And this is Ma. Here is of the conscious. And he is older than all of us. And the younger child were different. Chapter 2 is one day while working outside, one seen the ladder. Now we will stop from here and I will go on into some stories about certain things in life, hoping that the people can reassure themselves for Google+, Facebook, YouTube, Thceascza Live, YouNow, and all the other beautiful aspects on the internet base. So I want to give a hangout to my lovely girlfriend and wife, Pentora Royalty, aka Patricia Newshad. I'd like to give a hangout to all my past girlfriends, from Lynn Taylor and Dasha and Gina, all the way up to Geraldine Prescott, my ex-wife, and now Pentora Royalty, Kenyatta Johnson, and all the lovely ladies that I have dealt with that are my wives of the past, and soon the future will be as well of my wives. So my hangouts is for them today. And I would like to give a good sign off and a thank you for hangouts, for letting me do this segment, letting me do this live broadcast for the people to watch on YouTube also. So this is the Bookman Show, sponsored to you by the Rose Petal Game. And I'm Billy Michael Thceascza. Peace out. I'll see y'all later.